Hello everybody, welcome to Monday Morning Must Knows. My name is Merlin Rothfeld, and here are 3 things to pay attention to for the upcoming trading week. We'll start things off with the boring stuff, get it out of the way. That's going to be earnings season. It is the very tail end. 272 companies reporting earnings this week. That's a little bit better than the 217 last week. We'll start things off on Tuesday because Monday is exceptionally boring. Tuesday brings you Lululemon. You also have BlackBerry and McCormick reporting earnings. Wednesday gives you Micron Technologies, Walgreen Boots Alliance, which is a Dow component, and Guess. Thursday, you have CarMax, and Friday brings you Carnival Cruise Lines, which would be very interesting given the fact they've been shut down for the better part of a year. Now, we move on to some better stuff, which may be much more of a market mover, and that is jobs. As you may have heard, Jerome Powell has been talking a lot about the incredible importance of jobs and unemployment rate. Well, good news for us is after that giant spike that we saw back in March of 2020 in unemployment, it has been slowly dropping back down. Now, right now, the expectations are we're going to come out about 6.2%. My guess is we'll probably be a little bit better than that because it seems like a lot more people are getting back to work and jobs are starting to be much more prevalent, meaning the unemployment rate drops. So let's move on to the big stuff. As you may have heard, there has been a blockage in the Suez Canal, which has been a major disruptor. Now, it's cleared, but there still could be some significant impacts going forward. Now, let me show you real quick where the Suez Canal is. If you notice here, you've got northern Africa. We'll put a little red circle around the Suez Canal. And there's been talk about diverting traffic to around the Horn of Africa. Well, why is that a problem? Well, here's the Horn of Africa, and you might notice there's a name attached to that. It's called Somalia, which is the home of pretty much every pirate in the world. So they probably don't want to go around the Horn of Africa, so opening up that Suez Canal is critical. Now we'll zoom in a little further so you get a better idea of where it's at, and then I'm going to show you the blockage. This is what was causing all the disruption. A 1,300-foot boat stuck in a 1,000-foot canal sideways. Now that took several days for them to get this thing out, but it did create a lot of disruption. Now the problem here is the goods and services on that boat. They might be things like PlayStations. They might be things like crude oil. They might be things like furniture, fireplaces, auto parts. This is going to create havoc for inventory going forward. And this is challenging because right now, the United States got their stimulus checks. They want to be spending. You might find inventory of the items you're looking to buy a little bit limited. Now, I have a breakdown here of what was on those container ships that are stuck and kind of slowly going through that canal, getting back to normal. As you can see on this list, container ships and bulk carriers were the major ones that were stuck during that blockage. And again, those container ships and bulk carriers are carrying things like PlayStations, retail goods, fireplaces, furniture, auto parts. That could be a big problem for our markets going forward. Expect some of those prices to rise going forward, but challenges for our markets nonetheless. That's Monday Morning Must Knows. We'll see you next week.